Let's get your first comic up here. You're going to love this guy. He is a Marine. Because you never retire from the Marines, am I right? He's a great stand-up comic. You're going to love him. I've worked with him all over the state, including Kotzebue. That's not true. We never played Kotzebue. They don't really have any place to do it. Make some noise right now for Jason Ladd, everybody. Put your hands together.
All right, thank you, everybody. One more time for Mike, everybody. Mike. It's great to be here. My name's Jason. I'm married. Thank you. Hands off. I'm in a great relationship. I wasn't always in a great relationship, though. I was actually in an abusive relationship for over a decade. Some of you know how that is, right? I was told I wasn't good enough. I was told I was too fat. They told me where I could go, when I could go. It wasn't a woman, it was a Marine Corps. All right, do we have any military service members in the audience tonight? Previous serve, thank you very much. So ma'am, which military branch were you in? Army, so kind of the military. I was a Marine, I was a fighter pilot. Thank you, I'll wait. It's not all easy being a Marine Corps fighter pilot, though. Like, these poor guys, these young guys, when they go out on the town, they can't tell women what they do, because once they know what you do, like, you can't unsmite them. They have this game they play where they always lie about what their job is, and they always have to say it's something less sexy, less cool, less glamorous, like an Air Force fighter pilot. Or an astronaut, or something, right? Something. Sometimes I miss the Marine Corps. I miss the fat shaming and the pressure to engage in social functions. But then I remember I still have CrossFit, so I'll be able to do that. CrossFit is the only exercise regimen I know where you can't advance until you master the next injury. CrossFitters know what I'm talking about. Doing CrossFit is like trying to make Kamala Harris likable. There's a new plan every day. Thank you. I was doing CrossFit for 6 months, and this instructor comes up and he's like, hey, are you interested in becoming a coach? And I was like, no! Do you know how many cult documentaries there are streaming right now? You've got Scientology in the Aftermath on HBO. You've got The Vow, which is all about that NXIVM cult on Starz, right? I know how this works. Like, it starts with a free workout, right? Then you're going every week. Next step is you become a coach. Yada, yada, yada. You're on Dateline trying to explain how you got branded by your baby parts. Some interviewer. No thank you for that. I love Alaska. I've been here 6 years now. It's made me a better person. After I moved here, I found out how judgmental that I used to be. Like, I used to think you had to shower every day. I used to think you had to replace the car window. Some creative Alaskans out there. I thought when you built a house, you had to finish it. No. I'm a little mad, though. Since I moved to Alaska, my car has been smashed in 3 times, and I am not sexist. I'm just stating facts. Every time it's been a woman. Look, I'm willing to concede it could be a coincidence, but the numbers are just piling up. I have not been hit by a moose, thank God. Those things are dangerous. Right? I have been hit by a deer. Of course it was a doe. She got it. Thank you. Quick story how I got into comedy. It's really pretty simple. I really just wanted to be able to say ridiculous things and get away with it. And I know I didn't want to be a Democrat. Thank you. I'm a student of comedy. I try to get better. So I recently learned you're supposed to try to pick material that will resonate with at least 50% of your audience. And that's why I do the divorce jokes. they also say you should also do jokes that people don't take so seriously these days, and that's why I do the marriage jokes. I'm going all the way, folks. I'm going all the way. I'm a numbers guy. I like the data. And I was surprised to learn that there's really no statistical difference between the divorce rates in people that lean to the political left and the political right. They're about the same. But we now know by the data that it affects the children very differently. Children of parents who lean to the political right do better when they have access to adequate resources and they're allowed to talk about the whole situation. And the children of the parents who lean to the political left do much better when they're born. Thank you. Thank you. I have 7 kids, everybody. No lie. I have 7 kids. Make some noise if you have kids out there in the audience today. All right. All right. Make some noise if you have kids that are of babysitting age. All right. It's just I got them in the car. This was short notice. They're not in any danger. I told them if anyone comes up and tries to knock on the window, do not under any circumstances take off your blindfolds. Keeps them calm, until the Benadryl kicks in. Some are like, you can't give a baby Benadryl. Stop, I know exactly what you're thinking. It's not strong enough. 2 bottles of NyQuil, woo, that'll do it. Some of you are judging me. Yeah, until you're on a plane with my family in hour 6 on a direct flight to Orlando, everybody's setting up NyQuil to row 23. We got the whole row. Setting up airplane bottles getting sent up to us. The chloroform was dark. I don't know how they got that through security. But, and then I got to do the walk of shame when we deplane, like, apologize, I'm sorry. Like, Obama on his apology tour. I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of my children. I'm sorry. That was ridiculous, wasn't it, the apology tour? Even the mullahs were going, stop it. No, it really is us. We have a terrorism problem. People say your life changes when you have kids. That's not true. That's actually a myth. That's only if you stick around. There's a lot of good feelings you have when you got a bunch of kids, though. Like, one of the best feelings you can have is you have that last baby, you buy that last pack of diapers, right? Feels so good. We did it 3 more times. I get a lot of response, and I tell people I have 7 kids. I was talking to a guy, I told him I had 7 kids. You have 7? I was like, yes, 7. You have 7 kids? Yes, I have 7 kids. He's like, what, are you Mormon? I'm not. That's the first time I met the Pope. That's a lot of kids. And I can only think in kid context now. Like, after a show, this couple came up to me, and they had a kid with them, and they were like, hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm Aaron, 107.1. I was like, 107.1? What are you doing here? You got to get that kid to a hospital immediately. He's burned. So I was teaching my 3-year-old how to go pee-pee the other day. That's what you do. You got to teach them, right? So I'm, giving them the instructions, show them all the things. You use circles, throw a square in there, sync the lily pad, and Morse code, whatever you want to do. But it's weird because they're so young, they got uncomfortably close to you. They're all leaning. You're like, yo, get back. They're touching the toilet bowl and stuff. Anyway, later that night, my wife comes up in the bedroom, and she starts talking to me about this session, and she's basically critiquing the whole process, and I'm like, honey, if you think it's so easy, next time you teach her. I love my wife. Does anybody know about the Weekend to Remember? Anybody? Weekend to Remember. It's like this weekend retreat to help keep your marriage strong. And it has a biblical foundation, which is great because I'm always trying to be a better Christian than you. That Weekend to Remember was the most impactful event I've ever forgotten to get tickets for. I'm sure it would have been great, though. True marriage is true love. This is my impression of true love. You're right, honey, it is hemorrhoids again. True love. Should be in the wedding vows. Not a very attractive thing to say, but you want to know what the most attractive thing you can say is? This is for the dads out there. Most attractive thing you can say to your wife, here it is. I'll change 20 diapers a day if that's what it takes. Right? It's the most attractive thing you can say to your wife when she's in her 70s. True love. Oh man, I do fancy myself a pregnancy expert. I know that's a little controversial, but hear me out. The expert says, never ask a woman who's got a little bit of a belly if she's pregnant. A lot of you know this already, all right? Instead, ask her how hungry she is. Or if you happen to be eating with her, just watch. See what happens. She starts gnawing on your arm after the second plate of enchiladas. Congratulations are in order. That's how you can tell. All right. I shouldn't ask. I should have asked if there are any pregnant ladies in the audience tonight. Oh man, pregnant enchiladas. Where do I want to go from there? Oh, probably more stuff about my wife and kids. Let's see where we want to go. Second plate of enchiladas. Yeah. All right. We'll phone a friend here. Let's see where we want to pick up here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's go to school. How about that? We've been a little worried because one of my kids was having trouble with his teacher this year, and it's really stressing us out. He was having trouble with his teacher last year as well. And if it keeps up, we're thinking about pulling him out of homeschool. Now, we were in the military. My wife homeschools all 7 kids. We're in the military, moved around a lot, so we have that big map up on the wall of the whole U.S., and we have a little pin with a red head in every state we traveled to and had a baby. It's covered. The map needs Accutane. You treat kids differently the more you have to. Like when our first ones, we were really strict, bedtimes, no video games, no sodas. But the youngest one, now he drinks sodas. And he smokes. He's 7. He's a good kid, though. He's going to be all right. You just get more laid back the more kids you have. Like, new parents are, so worried. Like, when is he going to walk? When is he going to be potty trained? It's like, I don't feel that kind of pressure. Our youngest, man, when that kid's ready to go pee-pee in the potty, he'll shoot me an email. Got a lot of subscriptions. Subscriptions are getting a little bit out of hand. Everything's subscription these days, right? I just had to cancel my subscription to Babies. Kept showing up every year. I mean, and you get strapped. I don't care how much money you make. There's none left over. We're so broke, we dilute the water in our house. You come to my house, you're drinking H1O. You know, find some of my kids, give them some of those O's. We don't make it that strong in our house. And my brain is hardwired with automatic responses now. My wife called me at work, and she says, "Hey, honey, I have a surprise for you. I hung up the phone. I drove to Walmart and bought a car seat. Didn't need to say anything else. I can't do kids' parties anymore. That first water balloon pops. I throw my wife in the truck and start speeding to the hospital. It was just hot potato, honey. No, you're delirious. It's close. Sometimes I do feel guilty for having so many kids because so many people try so hard and they can't. But anytime I want a baby, all I got to do is clean the kitchen and put on some cologne. And my wife really loves babies. And so when I'm mad at her, I just got to say, honey, I'm this close from canceling the Old Spice subscription. And I don't know. It's I can't help it. It's this dad bod. Thank you for the clap. Sometimes I'm a little bit embarrassed of the dad bod. I don't know why. It's not like I cheated to get it. It's not an implant or anything. I got this dad bod belly the old-fashioned way, just by sticking around. Oh, man. I gotta be careful. Look, if I just look at my wife and wink, a baby falls out. My wife is like a baby vending machine. I just get in front of her, push the right buttons, TT, baby falls out. Sometimes the baby gets stuck, I shake some babies, start falling out. Girls! Hey, baby! Hi, Ruth! I debated on whether to do that one or not. That sound in my house is so recognizable. It's baby falling on the floor. And I hear a thump in the middle of the night. I don't reach for the gun. I run to the garage for shop towels and scissors. Boil the water, kids! Then I go back upstairs to the dresser where I have pre-staged Dermaplast in a sports bottle and happy birthday cards in blue and pink. They're pre-filled out. Congratulations, honey. It has been _months since you had a baby. Usually 10, I write in there. Any new homeowners in Alaska here? Let me rephrase. Anyone have a new cobbled together piece of crap that they just bought? Okay, we got a few. Getting a new home is fun, not when you're me though, especially like when you have new furniture as well. You don't know where anything is. You got to get up in the middle of the night, you know, because you forgot to close the garage door and all your pipes are going to freeze or something like that. Yeah, wake up, swing my legs over the bed, slam them on the ground. My wife gets up, honey, I think I just had new babies. I'm like, no, honey, it wasn't that. It's just my shin's breaking because the new bed is lower than the old one is apparently. And I got to make my way blindly through the bedroom. I make it 1 foot and my foot hits soft tissue. Like, the kids snuck in again to sleep on the floor like they always do. Start using his little stepping stones because the floor is cold. Honey, they snuck in again last night. Because they couldn't have. I locked the door. Honey, you did have new babies last night. We got one of those tushies during the pandemic, one of those bidets. Anyone know what I'm talking about? You know, the Heine Helper, right? The Booty Blaster? No? Anyone? The Winky Washer, the Sacrum Scrubber? No? The Granny Gasper? No? Anyone? The Tutor Shooter, the Gator Sprayer, the Tinkler Sprinkler? Anybody? No? All right. Well, anyway, the Taint Painter, the Wiener Cleaner. Anybody? Okay, so it shoots water is the point there. And it's a lie. Because use less toilet paper, they say, right? I don't know about you, but my under area is not used to being treated like it just ran a touchdown and needs electrolytes. I use more toilet paper just to get back to that dry stasis I'm used to. And I have an issue with the pressure nozzle, the pressure knob too, because it's got this full range of motion and it's mostly useless. It's like 0 to 1 millimeter is tickle. 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters is just right. And 2 millimeters to full throw is completely inconsistent with my worldview. You know what I mean? But I'm getting a lot less complaints about the laundry, so, you know, I'm happy about that. You can't find anything in Alaska these days, right? Except construction contractors. Oh. Right? Because you have to do everything yourself in Alaska. And, you know, you'd like to use a contractor, but it's not as easy as picking up the phone. Because it's always, I got 3 other jobs, or, I'm out hunting, or I'm in Arizona for the next 2 months checking in with my parole officer, or something like that. You know, it's always... I am well aware half of you in the audience are construction contractors, right? I'm not going to poop on contractors all night, just until you finish my drywall, you charlatan. Half of you can't relax because you're here at Everett's at a comedy show. You got ticked off customers because they paid full price for a job that's unfinished. You need to go. Like, you got more time till Eddie. I'm not worth it. Go get your supplies for tonight. Be ready for the morning. This is your window. I think that hit a little too hard. And you want to believe they're professionals, and you do believe they're professionals, until they start asking if your kids can lift 20 pounds over their head. And my guy's all called in this morning. He looks like a strong young fella. Oh man, there's one contractor that is good that I know of in the valley, H Construction. great family, superb work, and I almost didn't even go with them. H Construction. Because I thought when you named your construction company, you had to finish it. I can imagine them just sitting around the table like, well, come on, we like H. This is hard. Come on, we'll do this later. There's comedy at Everett's tonight. I'll let you guys go with this one. Before we moved to Alaska, we lived in Arizona in the desert for 6 years. And I decided I never want to have to be hot again. And so then we moved to Alaska, and I realized a lot of women had the same idea. My name's Jason. My kids are in the car. I gotta go. You guys have been great. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Jason Ladd. Everybody make some noise for him. Come on now. And he's got 7 kids. Keep it going for his wife's uterus, everybody.